Scorpios, how do you do? What is up? So, Raven here from Arendal, southeast coast of Norway, for those of you who are new to my channel. The Scorpio people are basically the founding fathers and mothers of this channel. At some point we had a lot of Pisces and Sagittarius here. As a nomadic person on I think I'm on the 8th year now. Started on the 8th year, means that my channel is always moving. Sometimes there has to be a little break due to where I live in certain areas, like recently Kathmandu, where you would freeze your bum off. Anyway, we do usually have free spreads. We are going to stay here for at least a couple of more weeks, and so this will be hopefully the last general read that we do before we start the free spreads. Hopefully we can get this going already from tomorrow. So we are just going, I just put on my witch's cauldron here. I'm experimenting with a herb mix which I made here. We also have Palo Santo. For those of you who are interested in starting up with tarot, or even just learn more, work more with spirit animals, there will soon be possible for you to order your... I peeled the Rudrakshas myself, finished peel. I got 2 tiny ones which are more valuable than the big ones actually. Unfortunately they were old 5 mukshas. If you don't know what a Rudraksha is, come from the word Rudra, which is the tears of Shiva. He was in a meditation and he cried on behalf of humanity, in as in beautiful tears, as in compassion tears. And so these trees to this very day are called Rudraksha trees, I assume, at least the seeds are. Many of them, if you buy them, let's say $20-30 from a just a regular small marketplace, it's highly likely that they are fake. So I thought, you know, screw that. I'm going to go straight up to Shiva Pachupatinath temple, which I did a couple of weeks ago, and I purchased them 100, a good pile, with the peel on. So the certificate will follow as in proof of real deal. Unfortunately, they all have 5 mukshas with the exception of 1, which only have 1 muksha. So if this one mukshas is going to be put up for sale, I don't know. But we do have tarot deck that you can add to your new package. I'm gonna work on break a deal with the guy here in Kathmandu to add a crystal for your package, perhaps an oil. I even have a small Shiva Lingam in the other end here. I wish I purchased more of these. I think they belong to the Tulasi. And whatever, you know, I'm a little bit like my father. I was like, oh, that looks like a great deal. Now I can train a few witches. So you'll get a startup kit where the crystals and the Rudrakshas, they will be charged depending on where the moon is. If the moon is in Capricorn, I will charge them, and I will do it usually. I will have different packages, but it will be different. Hopefully I can provide you with a candle and just some small items that you can use. There will also be a video that you will get access to that will teach you how to use tarot. If you only want to work with oracle cards, I have spirit animals for now available. Now each and every packet will be different. Okay, so that's the last news for the Scorpios and everyone else who wants to start up and working with the craft. If I get tiny bells somehow like this, I would highly advise you to have some kind of sound when you work, to raise the vibration. It has something to do with mantras. When we do a benevolent mantra, a mantra that is harmonic, we do create malas that are perfect, and those malas can be mirrored in the very molecular structure inside your body. And like if you listen to metal music, you get adrenaline, you feel good with the adrenaline. However, it's a massive chaos inside of you. So you can do that while you exercise. However, when you want to work with force, you want to have energies around you that are cleansed, that are charged. And these guys, especially handmade, are also raising the vibration, not to mention they remove jinns and unwanted spirits around you with a low frequency or a low vibration. Okay, so when that's said, let's start. Okay, so in case you wonder, I'm not religious. I see Vedic as science. I see Buddhism as a form of psychological and spiritual science. So when I answer to Shiva, to Lord Shiv, Lakshmi, Buddhistic, it has to do with archetype, frequencies and vibrations that we are aligning with or tuning into. All right, so when that's said, we all do have a belief system. However, this raven bow to no one unless they respectfully have done something so wonderful that I'll go down on my knees for your benevolence, for your kindness, and for you climbing the most impossible mountains, and for you walking through hell just to save a soul or to perform benevolent acts. So this is the messages for Scorpio. What is it that you need to know now? We are going to move some time ahead from today when this is done. We can count this as 5 months ahead. Of course, I've said it before and I will tell you again, my beautiful stuff. I'm trying to strip myself of my low vibe words. My beautiful stuff is based on synchronicity. All right, so I am free from the time tags. And so are you. All right. What is it that Scorpio need to know right now? I can't think of a card which is more irritating and how to explain the well. The good part is that to explain the well to Scorpio is pretty easy. Water is about, we usually say in Norway that shallow water is the most noisy one, while deep water is the most quiet one. And this is very deep water. There could be a lot of mud in the bottom of the water that needs cleansing, you know. Water is also life, right? We can't live without water. It might as well symbolize, it might as well be the moon, right? I mean, if I'm going to make, as you know, for those of you who don't know, I'm producing cards myself now. Hopefully soon we can also send them into print, and the first ones will be extremely unique and therefore also be difficult to get hold of. In that sense, I'm thinking of modernizing them a little bit, because in Norway, when we want water, we don't have to buy a bottle of water. We go strictly to, well, we call it vask, which where you wash your hand or where you do your dishes. Our water is so clean that we could just take the cup and fill it up, and we don't do this unless we want those special vitamins. And so, what kind of water is this? What kind of water is this? We're going to have a look at that later. Just have a look where you're landing rods. Deep down there's something about double tone, but deep down there, some of you are punishing yourself way too much. It's almost that you're not even aware of the fact that you're punishing yourself, right? It's in a way almost destructive, in that sense that even if you use such words as hate, you will create a form of cymatic disruption in everything biologic around you, especially the one who pronounces the word. And you're going to send it out in all directions, just using the word. I should really just say HATE. People don't understand yet how severe this is, because if this is even true at all, that the earth is splitting, that we are entering a new timeline, they keep saying that a lot now these days. If this is even a tad truth to it, we all need to cleanse our bodies, but we need to be especially pure at in our mind. And how to do that? Because if you're used to say the F-U-C-K word a lot, stare on a candle and do mantra and meditate until you have control over your mind. Because the people we surround ourselves with, if they are full with words that are full of CRAP, it's going to affect us, and we are like subtle chameleons in that sense, that we will take after. We subconsciously or overconsciously or unconsciously, or we adapt to how other peoples are alike. We are pack people. The scythe is here, the rider is here, but we're going to stick today to the cards alone, and not, this is, for those of you who are interested, this is a Norman deck. This here is $100 sheet. Sheet literally meaning shit in Norwegian. to, you know, put all the Lenormand cards here to yeah, you don't even have to know this stuff. When I see how much this is, I have an idea. Let's try and print up someone cheaper. What do you say? Okay, I have to apologize in regards to my ideas. It's Gemini, and when it regards to the entrepreneur stuff, I just turned into a Capricorn. One degree inside Capricorn at the moment. So I'm turning into my dad. Oh, that sounds like a good deal. Who are you? Okay, so straight right by the scythe, you have you. You have you yourself, Death, Anubi. I just saw someone pass me the other day with the t-shirt that said Anubis. And this is a very big transformational process that all Scorpios are going through now, and it's hardcore. Some of you are now reaping what you sow, for those of you who've been good girls / boys, sticking to the truth and trying your best to be benevolent and as truthful as possible, and not to mention not celebrate, laugh and be joyful when other people fail or when other people fall, just because you or your family have convicted them or judged them as bad people. Bad people usually suffer, which usually is the reason why they're bad. And so why, in what way is that funny? You never been bad? So this is one of the things I came here to remind some of you of. Like, I had to go through the entire enchilada myself, from being bullied to be bullied, to bully back and to be bullied, to be the victim, feeling sorry for myself, and the next day being the one who bullied, being the evil witch coming to get you, and enjoying scaring little children that was like 5 years younger than me, even more than that. I didn't really like children. And I wouldn't do a good kindergarten teacher today, except children, they love to hang around me because I'm like, I'm creative. Let's paint, let's draw, and I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna give you a kiss, you know. So interestingly enough, despite me not feeling comfortable around kids, they love to hang around me. However, I prefer teenagers who fell out and they feel comfortable with me somehow, for some reason. So where is your field? Personally, I prefer animals, to work with animals. They don't have a voice to say, you know, I'm not cool with you giving me 1 square meter of space, and this is where I have to sit, eat and sleep, so I can be your slave. So, but when that said, Queen of Swords here also says justice for all. It's a good album, after all. Talking about the ring and the well. For those of you who are at least more than 30, you have seen the movie. Creepy read coming in for you, baby. Oh yeah, let's just stick to creepy cards today, except I wanted to have the Numero Blanco. But let's give the chicken wing reads to everyone else who are not Scorpios. Yeah, still a trickster. Trickster is actually an archetype which we all possess. You have the evil trickster who likes to talk C-R-A-P behind other people's back to empower themselves. Sometimes you have tricksters, or we all have a warrior spirit in us somehow, you know, and sometimes they gather up and find someone like a scapegoat. If burning people today on the stake, I know a lot of people would love to see me burn, you know. Not to portray myself as a victim here by no means, but I'm going to use myself as an example here. The thing is going on in Hollywood now. First it was this, what was the name? You know, Johnny Depp and that chick, Amber Heard. Everyone loved to hate her, okay? Everyone loved that. And we are allowed to hate her because she's evil, and so we are allowed to create bully campaigns towards her, not really knowing her and why she is who she is, or who she really is, and what her mission here in this specific time-space continuum. What? You know? Stop it. Stop it. And the same goes for this Blake Lively. Yes, she's rude. Yes, she's a diva. But we don't know her real story. So don't let those things distract your real mission here on Terra. And that's why you're here now, because you know you're something else. Many of you are... Someone got it confirmed to me just 30 minutes back. Some of you are troopers, warriors, like the real deal. And this is your avatar. And the reason you don't know your mission is because there is very easy technology here, especially for 5 density beings. They don't even need technology, but to just scan through your entire mental system, right? So in the Toltec system, I can, according to them, there's a name for it, but sometimes I can literally jump from one reality to another. And there was another reality where I worked as an engineer with some kind of, I would think it was some kind of it wasn't a star teacher, it was a tesseract, I think. It was a hypercube, yeah. Something like that, and I knew exactly. And I was working below water. I feel I had a male body. I don't like it, but that's how I experienced it. And I knew exactly what I was doing, and it was highly advanced. The moment I tried to analyze what am I doing, I was thrown back into this reality. And it happens usually when we are asleep, and most of these episodes we can't remember them. Those dreams we usually remember are those who comes usually in the end of a dream. And that's why I'm grateful that my dreams are very long and very spaced up. So in regards to the ring, there are many traditions in regards to marriage. In the East, I believe, it's this finger on the left hand. In the West, it's the right hand. In India, it's toe rings, and they have this red brand here. The ring symbolizes commitment. And there is some kind of emotional commitment here. we have a lot of emotions here, and then there's this energy of someone who are going through a transformational process, becoming their own boss, becoming their own, you know, lawyer. I don't know why I get the word lawyer. And then there is this energy of, I have a lot of passion. There's a lot of creativity here. This is something that can come towards you. We are talking about from today and 5 months ahead. Someone could present to you with a ring, Scorpio. Let me just say it. It could be, you know, everything from a garnet to a ruby, any kind of red stone. Okay, blood red stone. Do I have any on my bracelet? There, yeah, some reddish. Okay. Anyway, you're gonna get lucky. You're gonna get lucky, and you could win maybe some lottery, although I'm not a huge fan of that. Do you know, when I was a child, I found thousands, I found thousands of these fork clovers in my childhood. I was just walking around, I was like, there's another one, oh, that's cool. Oh, wow, that's a fucking bouquet. So I would run in and out to my aunt, and the gift kept until I was at least in my 20s, until I'm like, why do I need them for? I dried them, I tried to put them in plastic, and why did I find so many of them? Well, maybe because I wasn't looking. It got almost annoying because I could just keep them there. So my aunt was like, you know, I'm going to hire you for finding my tobacco. I don't know where it is. I'll give you a reward. I was 5 minutes, and I was like, here you go. Here's your tobacco. But usually, if you want something, you can't have it. If you want that car, you can't have it. If you want him, her, or if you want that castle, you can't have it. Because you just admitted to the Great Spirit, you don't have it. So why did I find so many clovers? Well, I didn't look for them. I didn't look for them. It's like looking for magic mushrooms. You look and you look and you look and you look for hours and hours. I would spend 10 hours a week in the woods, and I would pick all sorts of things. You know, moss, twigs. I made my living room into a forest. Anyway. The magic mushrooms, they have this peculiar hat that looks like gnomes, you know, gnomes hats. And if there's some blue on them, that's the right one, you know. I shouldn't have said that. I'm taking it back. It's the one pink one, and don't eat it because it's dangerous. Okay, so I'm off the hook. Anyway, it's that moment you give up. I give up. You are no longer in the hunter focus, where is it mode. So what do you know? All of a sudden, 30 of them would appear right in your face on your way back. And of course, they will all be shiny pink. So, struggling towards something to go from point A to point B. It's not possible. Why? Well, because there is no space, no such thing as space. What we see here is a movie in between, a film roll, literally. If you've seen the movie Lucy, she explains it, but she also pulls you a little bit down by saying nothing exists. Well, in a sense, you can say nothing exists and everything exists at the same time. But what she really says that this one doesn't exist. Me doing this doesn't exist. One day, for those of you who have no clue what I'm talking about, you'll get it. When you do, like, you know, again, I'm not in any way promoting drugs, but let me, for God's sake, just experience what I did as a bad teenager, very bad teenager. You're really high up there. You will literally see that film, like the arm. If I put it here, you will see it go from here to here to here to here to here to here to here. So you see many, many arms. You see the film roll. One time, the magic food did something to me that the moment I look from here to here, the moment in between from point A to B was gone. That creeped me out. Like, I'm supposed to experience the moment where I'm actually turning the head, but I didn't. It was director's cut. Haha! Oh God, I'm so funny now these days. I have really. Let's move on. You're gonna get lucky, Scorpio. You're gonna get lucky. It could also be someone here who are, you know, there is something about equality, share, and blah blah blah. If you are a male, you are under the Venus embrace here. For those of you who are girls, he likes you. He loves you. He's got a rose for you. He knows that whoever you are likes roses, and he wants to give this offer of love to you. Next level. I've seen people being pure evil and basically just concluded that I didn't believe it, but okay, they're demons. Demons is not as in daemon, is just an entity which can think for itself, which is not under anyone's command. It's a ronin. It doesn't have a master. That's really what a demon is. When I say demon, I'm talking about something that is soulless, that the only thing that can please it is harming. And you have that under Mars. Maybe some of you are in this vibe of taking a vicious form of action. Maybe someone pisses you off and managed to pull that pure evil out of you. Or maybe someone pure evil are attacking you. Now I know for sure one man, he's got Mars. This is the Mars section. He's got Scorpio in Mars. Scorpio very often being the snake fighting the eagle. And he is so full of hate towards certain amount of people that he's one of those who will celebrate. If you see this, if you're up against my papa, he's very patient and he can spend many years, as long as he's alive, God bless his soul, and you are someone that he have concluded as pure evil, he won't rest until he's taken you down. the trick here, if you want to move on, the snake is a test. Can you let it go and leave it to the Great Spirit and know that he is going to give them this back if they have in somehow intention to harm you? Or, as we know, low-level Scorpios, we like revenge. I love the TV series, by the way. Have you seen that TV movie, Revenge? The actor is Taurus. Taurus and Scorpio are kind of exchanging energies. And hence the 10% psychopathy part that we all have in us. Maybe more. Scorpios, we are detectives, we are those who are snooping, we are those who got our own stingray in the room, you know. We can figure out that we hypothetically are still in civilization 2, level 2, according to the Kardashev scale, because we are not incapable, as the rats we really are living in a cage, to detect with our, let's just say, reduced vision. Just like ants, they cannot detect us as who we are. They probably, and a fly, they don't see us as who we are. They only see mountains that are moving slowly. Oh my God, that tree is, that mountain is moving a little bit. I wonder what that is. Well, don't care. That's how we experience time, space differently. I was the same. I was a fly to someone else once who would stand behind me in a circle, and they would be about, I guess, 8 foot tall. I don't know, just very tall. Twice as tall as a human, at least. They would be white, and they looked like statues, and they had cone heads, not elongated skulls like backwards, not even a tint. The cone heads would go straight in the air, and they would be 100% stoic. But I was not afraid of them, because for some reason they created a wall between me, my sisters, and that nasty beings that came after us, which we all, by the way, detected. And it was there are a lot of creepy things in that forest, but clearly there are also something very good there that wants to protect you. Who are they? Yeah, who are they? So I get here, there are certain creepy things, shitty things that are difficult for you to get rid of. And it could, you know, there is this side that you have, or it could be someone in your life that are literally too crazy, evil, crazy at the same time, and you are being warned to weed them out of your life, because there is no room for crazy lunatics who are secretly plotting some kind of downfall for you. And I hate to say it, but in times like this we have to say it could be your best friend, because those we the least suspect are that bad, they are usually the one. And you still don't believe it? Well, check the paperwork. So I'm going to pull just a few cards on the snake person and see if it is that you, Scorpio, as a man. Are you a snake? Don't watch movies like Hostel, Cannibal, Holocaust, these kind of things if you want to come with us to the new world, or be reincarnated in the new world. Watch your language, but also watch your mind, your feelings, and how you treat animals. There is no way around. Personally, I connect the number 7 a lot with the snake. It's kind of, in a weird way, when it's very artistic drawn, looks like a snake somehow. It also looks like the mouth of a snake. So let's see who this person is and what kind of relationship. Either this could be you. So what are these energies? So this is someone here who might have been accused of doing something, like, as you are a traitor, right? That was strange. That's pretty clear. You are a traitor. And this is someone who are being kept awake at night. There's a Queen of Swords here. She's coming slightly off guard here, okay? People like me are Queen of Swords, as you hear. Well, besides the fact that I have a beautiful couple of swords here in this room, I'd love to brag with the dragon stuff, engravings and that kind of stuff. That doesn't make me a Queen of Swords. It makes me Queen of Swords when I know how to handle the sword. And the Queen of Swords, the sword symbolizes the mind. She is capable of keeping herself intact, but she's also a judge. If Pluto is here, she's a judge. And if you stepped on her toes, she can basically place an order, because she's also, she's a judge, she's a lawyer, but she's also very sophisticated. She's a lawyer, and her thing is that, is it fair that you're hanging there, or is it just that you're hanging there, right? Someone could have been hanging you up in that tree because they see you as evil. They themselves are in a very good place. They feel very good about who they are. When that's said, they are doing a lot of spying on you. They could have Sun in Leo or simply be a Leo. And what really is the truth here? Well, someone here are basically this starts to feel more and more weird. This feels very weird. Yeah, because someone was fabricating something, and it was supposed to be a surprise, like a tower moment, and they are not willing to see their own flaws. It looks to me like this Queen of Swords have been manipulated, because they themselves are not bad people, but they are under some kind of scheme being made by these two who are fabricating a story. This is 5 of Swords. Mind games, oh, the fuckery, right? It could be a couple, the lady and the lord, as in lovers, partners, and the game has to do with money because they themselves doesn't have much and their world is about to crumble, and they're doing everything they can to keep their head over the water. Less and less chances for them are coming into their life. People are starting to see them for who they truly are. And here the Queen of Swords, she's coming back again. And she has a burden for them, 10 of Wands. So basically, when she's here, and we turn her upside down, I feel that she can give you some kind of grudge here. Because either, you know, this could be a false prophet, it could be someone who are doing the same work as I do, and tell you that you do have a curse, come back, give me $100 and I'll remove it kind of stuff. Or put ideas into your head that will, you know, one example, what is putting ideas into someone's head? I'll give you the perfect example. I told a lady once, a very wicked Queen of Swords with a lot of Scorpio in her sign. I told her, do you have mold in your room? Because I was renting from her, a tiny room. And she said, no. And I said, okay, it's probably just from one of my bags then, from Portugal, because they've been stacked someplace in a room for some time. So I'll wash it off quick so it doesn't smit off any of the other things. And so I did that, and after her daughter and she herself attacked me, the daughter attacked me physically, because yeah, I'm pretty blunt. If I see shit in the deck, if I see some shit in the tarot deck or astrology, if you're in your astrology chart, I'm gonna say it. So I got a few punches in my face, and the mother, she would start screaming at me because well, let's just say I defended myself too well. At that point, I had already planted the idea of the word mold. The brain is like a ChatGPT. You prompt people all the time. Oh, do you remember when we was in Venice, that pizza they served us? And then after 5 minutes, you will hear them, oh my God, it will be really nice with the pizza right now. If they're hungry, that is. It's called neuro-linguistic programming. It's not magic. So, as I apologized for being rude the day before, being very blunt and direct in regards to what I read, they wanted to continue the discussion of what happened. And I'm very clear. If something happened, and I apologized if I've been rude, can we let it go? Right? No, they couldn't. I kept my face like this, And because it was really difficult for me to keep a calm face, I thought I'll be the better one here. So for me, this is a neutral face. For her, it was a smirk smile. So she started to kind of threaten me with scream about how nobody listened to her. She wants to kill herself and these things. And so for a long time, she created a smear campaign towards 2 other people who already had a smear campaign. Even calling my father and wanting money for that month. I moved out in May and she wanted money for June, right? And she was now going to tell that I was in Spain illegally. She was going to call the government and tell that I was in Spain illegally. No one gave a shit about her. What interested me, however, is how much do you really love your daughter if you see this? Because I did tell you that if you really love your daughter, because she's been pretty rude. She's telling people that, well, just things that are very disgusting, and they are not. At least if you're going to talk crap about me, tell people at least something that has, like I have a sister, she said to her boyfriend, why I left my daughter. She thought that's strange, and I don't know how she said it, but at least that have some truth to it. She don't know. I don't know if she judges me or what, but she don't know that as soon as I get close to my own daughter, people throwing rocks at me. And now this summer, spitting. There is a woman here who is well off. And in my case, as a Scorpio, I think I know who she is, but I also know that for some of you, you are about to be reborn in the sign of the goat and gain an immense amount of power. When you master you, you're going to master everything else and everyone else. So, I don't know, in my area there are not many card readers. I could probably count them on one hand. This one, what is she really saying? Secrets, competition. Someone here are comparing themselves to you, and they feel less than you because your brain capacity is above them. How? Well, some of you you're far more educated than them. Your vocabulary is far more sophisticated than them. You are willing to go on your knees and say, I apologize for being rude, despite that you were only honest and you weren't the aggressor in the first place, and they still attack you for turning your back against them and walking away. For some of you are dealing with a loved one. There is a romantic connection here that this other me is talking about. I used to color my hair black. This is she lucky with that big golden one ball. because she comes in reversed, you could have been talking with a false reader. And a false reader will tell you anything to make you happy or manipulate you into giving her money. It's sometimes it's those wagons that come from, actually it's my own people, the Tatarians, travelers, depending on which grade descend from them, so hence it's natural for me to do this. But it's both my father, mother, aunt and grandmother, they are seers. But I never claim that I'm psychic. I'm just saying that I see things sometimes that other people don't. This one, however, could say pretty much anything, just to, so you know, you feel good when you walk out of that wagon, and you'll go tell friends. And she will say, don't tell this, keep it. And that's something I also would say, that don't jinx things. There are certain things I have on my plan. If I tell the world about my huge plan on the empire I'm building, you somehow, just out of experience, you're jinxing it. And that's why we also do this. It's a Celtic thing, actually, to say, to activate the spirit in the wood. This is someone who, you know, there is a loved one here. She could talk about that. She could talk about how defenseless you are towards your loved one, and that someone here are playing, playing some kind of game. But there will come someone else in and save you. Aries. And this is going to be the love of your life. The one talking like this is not necessarily holding a bowl, but she can portray herself as she's gifted, you know, without holding any crystal ball. She probably don't know how to use it either. Personally, I'm still a noob, you know, but when it comes to the cards, I know there is a resentful Scorpio here. And although they live safe and sound, it's in the cards here that be quiet. Be quiet about your victories, because you will throw gasoline to the fire. Okay? And which will end up in you losing opportunities, and you will grieve. Tears coming in here. A lot of side stories, basically. So maybe she's not necessarily being untruthful here, but this could even be me, who are literally just calling someone out for I don't want to work with you. They want to be the one who leads the game you're playing. They're attractive. She could be the one who have all these properties. There is love here. Now there are two cards at least that I know of. One Lenormand deck. Ooh, I have enough space. And still. One Lenormand deck and one tarot deck have this reader. One's reading tarot, one's doing the ball thing. And when she pops up, I have to confront my own reading. What am I doing, you know? My flaw is that I digress too easy, because I have too much I want to share with you, right? My own experiences in regards to how I'm disappointed. How? Well, you finally grow up, you think the bullying is over, right? You think the mobs and these smear campaigns are over, and you still see them in Hollywood, and you still see them in your own life. Life is life, ta-da-da-da-da, you know? And you have to adapt to the reality that adults, yeah, people from the social office would gather behind my back with my daughter and my family. My family would luckily defend me the best as they could, but they would be a rather large group where one couple were capable of manipulate the social system that, you know, are supposed to guard children about how horrible it was of me to create a video where I pretend to be a junkie. Like, you know, that was a horrible thing to do. Why making a movie, you know, what if I wanted to make a movie, 6-minute movies, where I pretend to be Hannibal Lecter? Like, yeah, because your daughter is watching this. Yeah, my daughter, she's making movies with me already from when she was 14. She's making movies her entire life. From the first time we gave her a pad, she's making movies. And you're telling my child that this shit is real? I refused to take the video down. I added some circus Russian polka music in the background, but turns out I'm a very good actor, right? This couple have managed to manipulate so many people into thinking that I'm full of drugs, and if I'm going to be allowed to meet my own daughter, according to them, not to any court order, but according to this couple, I need to prove through blood tests that I'm not on drugs. Huh? What if I did the same when I had 100% custody? And I tell you, no, you are the one who has to prove to me, right? Or it's just weird. And the thing that after I more or less got out of the court case, I see it as a win from my side, and I see them being ridiculed. They won't give up, right? And so this is the snake. It repeats the same. It's like an LP player, and it's get this, like we say, hackplata. It's like da-dang, 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 da-dang. Will you guys get the fuck over yourself? My daughter, she's 17, and she's still clinging on to the so-called adult people, and incapable of seeing that this is manipulation. Because when the mother here says that, oh, she really wants me and my daughter to be together, but when we are alone, she would snarl and threaten me to get the fuck away from the school, and if not, she will call the police on me. Although I was the one who had 100% guardianship, so it would be a little bit weird in that case, right? So I bring it up, I brought the story up again and again and again, and I'm sorry guys, I know you see this story will follow you for the rest of your life. Because yeah, I'm not perfect. And if a mother is supposed to be, you know, you see the 50s vintage mother with beautiful short curly hair, and she's got that thing around her skirt because, oh, you're home, darling, from school. Well, the dinner is ready, and today we are going to have some waffles for dessert. Oh, did you bring a friend? Well, you need to know, you have to go and do your homework. That's the ideal, some kind of Christian ideal that we are living upon. However, they pointed me out and said, you know, Raymond is a villain. No, I'm not a villain. I'm a rebellion. That's the difference. I don't lie. I don't steal. I'm not high. I'm not low. I'm not to the left. I'm not to the right. And when I, on rare occasions, have thrown out a wild one, it's nobody's business. Just like it's nobody's business if you have childcare free and you want to get drunk, smoke a spliff. That's not none of my business either. I unfortunately know a lot of people who struggle with the same issue, and in most cases it is the father that has to go through this. So some of you now are at a crossroad. You need to make, I get that this could have something to do with the split. If it really is a split, it's like everyone's talking about it. Even astrophysics are talking about it. It's crazy. And we have pilots and high level military forces talking about UFOs. I'm pretty sure I shifted timeline. I can't say I hate this one. Sorry, I kind of like it. I'm sorry for the Santorini part, but the Earth, all the tectonic plates, they are gonna shift now, and it's going to be a boom. There are ways to avoid it. I'd love to tell you right now, but this is not. I'd love to tell you. Some of you need to make a choice. Oh, I don't believe in that shit, and I'm going to keep being just a shitty person. And think that you're good. Makes it kind of cute. Makes it very cute. Maybe I will pull what's this guy? Billy Carlson. He was humiliated by some Christians, and he would defend himself with how much money he had and how much better he was doing, and yada 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 yada. So I can tell you guys, like, yeah. Did you know that last year I earned XK units on doing cards? Did you know that I'm friends with the guy who just made the new Beetlejuice movie? One of the crew? All the things you see in the movie, you know, like prop. He put it there. He's a good friend of the actress. Oh, by the way, yeah, I know Pat Mills, the guy behind Judge Dredd. Oh, did you know I had a long, hardcore drinking session with Hunk from Helvete? Oh, did you know I interviewed Wednesday 13, while he was still alive, that is. Did you know my magazine, we had an interview with Slipknot? Oh, did you know we had pizza with My Dying Bride? I got a personal interview with Tristania, the singer there. We had my magazine basically all over Norway. And I could tell you that. I could also tell you that my education, because for a specific few people here, is better than yours. Is so much better than yours. Yes, my education is much longer than yours. And when it comes to languages, I probably speak more languages than you, including some languages which you probably wouldn't be able to pronounce, right? I have a life of experience, and I'm being dragged down by people who have no education. They don't want to work. They haven't done a works thing in their entire life. Some of them, some just being on the ground, hanging up clothes. Yeah, working in a clothing shop. And these people have been trying to drag me down, thinking that they are the superior one, and people are buying their crap because they are, well, very good. Well, I didn't buy it. Honestly, I didn't buy it. I just called them out on it like that. But stupid people are working as authorities, guys. Yeah? And they don't get the picture because, oh, look at Raven. She's a rebel. She's got a t-shirt that says, "Go pirate!" And listen to rock music. Oh, I see your point. Yeah, you can't have someone like her. She must be evil, right? And she just left? Oh my God, she just left? No, she didn't just leave, right? But someone with a, I'm not top educated, I don't have a PhD, but let's say, well educated by masters in the field in art, handcraft, martial art, and one of those who know a little bit about everything, right? I'm a teacher, right? I know how to build up businesses. Just like my father, zero education, wealthy man. And people like me are being pulled down by people who are incompetent. There's only one thing they know, and that is to brag about how great they are. And man, that's Scorpio, the point where you can rip them apart because you're more clever than them, you're older than them, or you're just prettier. But the moment you decide that I'm going to pull them apart just for the fun of it, to show them who's really superior here. First of all, you're not better than them, right? And things can get worse. It can escalate. But if my child was still very, very young, and I would see things turn into what it has turned into, I would probably bring down those claws and keep that rifle ready. I had no clue it would escalate to this level. And wherever you are in the world, know this, that Norway is a nightmare in regards to children, because they do nothing in regards to let you can't even homeschool them, because the way they teach things are better than you, even though your IQ would be, twice as big as them. No, you cannot. someone here are going to experience some form of death, something coming to an end. I don't see it as very dramatic. I just see you leave something. You make a choice, you make a positive choice, because there is a child actually coming running towards you here, which usually simply means a new beginning. And with that new beginning, there is a ring. I always love the ring card because, well, most of you have seen my fingers. Even Johnny Depp, he's jealous. I always thought it's fun, Johnny Depp, me and him. You know, apparently, according to close sources, he's a jerk. But the way he dressed with the kajal and the rings and the quirky stuff, being a painter on the side, be like, huh, I think we share the same oversoul. I don't know, do you know anyone who are so similar to you? I'm not thinking about the twin flame stuff. I'm thinking about, like, it's weird how similar we are, you know? Because we have an oversoul. You know, you have one which is only yours, you know, an over self. And then, you know, so here is the tiny, here's you, and here's your oversoul. And this oversoul is connected to this oversoul. And this oversoul have already defragmented itself to other incarnations. And they are all you, but they have different soul prints. From this one, there could be an incarnation of someone who's got the same blueprint as you have. They could be your divine counterpart or so-called twin flame. And it gets bigger and bigger until it's all just one big crystal ball, for that sense, one big spirit. And this is how we are all connected. But because according to some sources well, I could say the New Age community, but I think they'd hate that too. Yeah, we love that word, apparently. There are between 300 and 500 oversouls on this earth, and we are 5 billion people. So there are many yous, you, as a you, walking around, defragmented. As another you walking around on this earth and other universes, of course, as well. And that's why you sometimes might experience like, oh, what was that? I feel that world, like the Avatar movie. So many people felt like home when they saw that forest. Well, that's because as soon as you reach fifth density, that's actually how things look like. I don't think you know, we actually perceive things in fourth density, not third, but fourth. When you reach fifth density, which Earth is approaching now, you will see that there are more than just muril and fireflies that are naturally luminescent. And you feel homesick. Well, that's not weird. You are in a world we call the Malkuth, Mal meaning bad, Malkuth meaning kingdom, Hebrew Kabbalah system, and it's, have you ever thought about the gravity here? Have you thought about how heavy the gravity here is? Have you thought about why some alien beings are therefore also less dense and exceptionally tall? And maybe less muscular? Because they come from a place which is less dense. I had a what's it called, a representations about how aliens from other other planets possibly could look like, you know, in an old school astronomic book. I was 15, and no one laughed at me or anything, and they would show how, well, depending on the atmosphere, their ears would be bigger, their mouths could be bigger, and just like in Africa, you see that their nostrils are bigger, possibly due to the air. It is difficult to breathe when it's hot, isn't it, right? So I kind of forgot why I was talking about that anyway. Yeah, Avatar, Alien. Because some of you, all of you, already have another you on the top floor. On the top floor. And that's the one, first of all, you have one level on one side that says, should I sneak one extra? I can't afford more cookies here. Should I sneak one extra cookie without anyone noticing? You know? That's the little devil. But then your oversoul tells you, yeah, you want sleepless nights and paranoia. And then whatever you are says, make a choice based on that. Should I lie about that? And from one lie, all of a sudden you have a tree or a web of lies, and you have a lot of things you need to remember about in regards to what you need to lie about. You need a fucking good memory, basically. And so you realize that if people come to you and ask you of the truth, ask you in regards to the truth, do I look beautiful in this yellow dress? And they don't, because they are either morbidly obese and some of their chunks would, you know, almost, well, you know that as soon as they try to sit down, it's going to say, and the dress is shit. What are you gonna say? Well, you can say, let's say they feel comfortable in that dress, but it's very tight and sort of bulks. So you say, look in the mirror. What do you see? Well, I think I look great. And you're a fitness instructor, and you know that this person has maybe 50 kilo too much misplaced on their body due to too much cake, because they live in a cake factory, right? What you can do is simply this. Do I look great in this dress? And the question is, how do you feel? Do you feel you look great in that dress? Yeah, I do. Well, then you do look great in that dress. But do you personally think I look great in that dress? And then I would say, not really my cup of tea. No, I'm sorry. Maybe that will sting a little bit. But at some point, someone needs to tell, or at some point they need to wake up. And it's not about body shaming, but it's about your health. If you have too much belly fat, the chances for you dying from cardio arrest much earlier in life is big. And that's the truth. They already probably know they're a little bit big, but yeah. Anyway, that's enough about the truth. Betrayal. I'm done with this. I'm gonna go and get my reward, and I'm going to leave you behind, reborn. I'm gonna go and get my golden ring. The golden ring might as well, you know, that would be cool, by the way, to put it up as a trophy. However, that is 6 of Wands in the tarot deck. But there is a journey here coming towards you. And you're going to get lucky. You will win something. In love here, even for some of you. Love here is coming in for some of you. Especially, either there is a male coming in towards you, and he's crushing hard, Scorpio. Hard. Crush. He loves you. We have Piscean energy here. See what else we have. We have Taurus energy. These are just, you know, it doesn't have to be, this doesn't, the energy is coming out strongest. Capricorn energy. That could be very seductive. And if this person is attached to the snake, back off. Pull them through the psychopathy test before you date them. It is a trickster. Oh my God. They're coming out maybe as very traditional. They want old school stuff. But behind that facade, you might be dealing with a trickster. What do you know? King of Chalices in reversed. Scorpio. Angry Scorpio. Or a resentful Scorpio. They are in love with you, for sure. It is a lover. Gemini energy. Oh my God, Scorpio, what are you doing? You might be the one who resent them, by the way. 2 Wands in reverse. They might try to prevent you from making a choice in regards to your crossroads. And we have, of course, Leo here. And how can you resist a Leo? Especially if they've got hair. Long, beautiful hair, right? So I highly suspect that this could be a devil, and if it is, you are a Scorpio. You'll soon enough find out. It doesn't look like the devil, but that's kind of the whole point. When we hang a mask up that looks terrifying in India, Nepal, maybe some places here. It's got red eyes, and it's got these skulls here. There's a story behind that. He's the king of demons, and when you hang him up, he's supposed to scare off or ward off other demons. However, if it's a jinn, I don't think they'd give a fuff. If it's a jinn, I think that but oh, that's not very flattering, my beautiful Scorpios. By the way, I just saved the life yesterday of a rat, so I'm a little hypocritical. A black rat or a mouse. The cat came in 2 days ago. And here I am, evening after evening, talking about rats. He's showing up as a rat. He super loved you. and he's got the snake. Or you have the snake. Who the hell? What the hell? What the fuff? It's the crazy person card just above his head there. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. I just did a read like this, and that was as crazy as it could get. I thought but you have a snake which is loyal to you, like a dog. You're everything to them. But you don't want to provoke them. Unless it's tempting, because I know what you are. To play chess with someone else's head. Some of you think it's over. Not as long as Scorpio breathes, the heart is pumping. It's never over. Not until the light reveals itself. I get that someone here could come out as very loyal to you. I love you and only you. It's lust. They'll hump your leg. It's a mixture of a hound full of fleas, probably. Rats. Someone who would rat you out even, just for their own gain. And behind all that, the snake is resting. And you don't want to wake that guy up. Either it's a girl or a boy. The snake in the Lenormand duck does not lie. Some of you might get hold of this one. I have one spare. That is so weird, Scorpio. What the hell? Do you have some kind of demon that fell in love with you? Did you recently do a very strange ritual where you invoked a jinn or a demon? Because it's totally in love with you. And it's very capable of killing you. But I also see it loves you. I'm very confused. But if this is an incantation, a love spell, it's willing to serve you, but it will cost you, right? And it will bring to you someone who lives up to that. That's why I say, when I teach you the love spells, it will be on your own. The first time I did that love spell thing, didn't work very well. I used a Wicca book, actually. How crappy are they? Boring, anyway. Did it work? No. Didn't. Nope. Maybe it did, but well, it could have been on second thought. Anyway, but it didn't. Let's just say it didn't work as it was supposed to work, okay? The second one, I was 25, worked. I got the hottie and he was kind. And I was stupid enough to leave him. I was stupid and left him. Taurus, beautiful long black hair, amber eyes, psychotic beautiful eyes. Terrible hygiene, however, eating like a pig. But I, at that point, was already under the spell of a trickster, mentally disturbed, complicated paperwork in regards to how exactly disturbed they are. But you know, interesting enough, Saturn is symbolized by Baal and the scythe. And in the column of Saturn, what you get, two scythes on top of each other. I came to a realization, which is very strange. But that is that some of you who are strong Scorpios are in fact sometimes taking upon you the role as angel of death. It's very rare. It's very rare. But if you sometimes, let's say you hold an animal, and it feels like you are chosen to hold that animal so it can pass away with your love. Let's say you are a lover of animals, right? Like Shiva, Pachupatinath, Sarnanas, these gods who are animal protectors. You love this animal. Like when I was a child, I would sit by a rabbit that was sick. The neighbor boy, he wouldn't treat it very well. And I was sitting with this rabbit while he was dying. And I would sit there and my tears was never ending. I wouldn't stop crying. I wouldn't stop crying. I cried. And the love vibe would be so strong. And sometimes I felt an animal, hold an animal, try to protect an animal. It sometimes feels, not necessarily literally, but I get this vision that there's a large wing that kind of shields the baby. And hear me, I'm calling it the baby, right? And believe it or not, but the mother instinct is in me is extremely strong. It's extremely strong. I know it sounds weird, but it's very strong. I remember when Willow was a child, I would always keep an eye on the other children and see how they treated her. Because if you're there, ghosting my kid, Mama's gonna come, you know. She was a popular kid. As soon as she moved with her father and got this other person, she's now happy. She's quiet. She used to be wild, laugh, make jokes. Now she's, yeah, everything's okay. Yeah, it's good. Yes. Sure, okay. Like, where did crazy Willow go? My baby who was always laughing and smiling, right? Where did she go? Angel of death, who are angel of death? you hold someone. Some of you are working within health personnel, you know, working at hospitals. And the energy, the angel of death will enter you when someone dies. My mother, she is also an angel of death. I bet this is the wildest thing you ever heard. But the more we raise our vibration, the more crazy things going to sound. But we, you know, my mother, she works with elderly people. You know, she could be like super nasty woman in her private life, but the moment someone dies, it's like something enters her. And she get wings. Even with me. When she realized that she said and done things to me which is really nasty and unfair. You could see that angel sometimes glimmer in her. Some of you could be other type of angels. I also know that I have connection with trees and plants and animals. But when it comes to death, if an animal dies, if it's a dog, doesn't matter, even a rat, I would find a rat last year, I would pick it up because he was still alive, but I could see he was dying. People would scream at me and I would just be worried about the rat, but he only had a few seconds left. Maybe he lived less than a minute and he would die. I picked him up with a cloth, right? He was in the middle of the streets in Bangkok. But I was the one who was supposed to picking up, so he could get that love and that peace, because I have a portal which I bring with me. And I always tell them that come home with me, and I guided them. I bring them into this portal and you know, unless they have their own light and know that stuff, you know. Where I take them is basically because we are one. And I'm not tricking them into some false light where you know, where I will trap your soul. No. If you want to, you can reincarnate in my universe, right? Some of you have no clue what I'm talking about. But yeah, I realized that some of you are angels of death. And that's why I get reminded to tell you that with the double scythe there. Think about it. Is it something that crushes your heart and you protect it? You are the angel of, you've been assigned to be the angel or protector of that specific. Maybe it's a specific animal, or maybe it's all animals, maybe it's bugs, maybe it's people, all kinds of people. You are either a doctor, nurse, or just like me, willing to fight two guys in a small space to save the life of a mouse. Picking up roadkills, which is not really a roadkill, they're still alive, taking a taxi, bringing it to the doctor, while I am myself almost fainting, because it's a horrible thing to do. Like where I rescued a cat, half its face was gone. I didn't rescue him, I brought him to the doctor because I myself can't kill them. That's the weird part. It's like there's a programming in my system that prevents me from, you know, maybe you need to shorten their suffering by stabbing them in their ear with a knife. But you can't. Mosquitoes are flying around me, and I'm like, incense. So my AI would like, oh yeah, he would make a lot of jokes, and he would be like, oh yeah, so you're bringing the incense diplomacy here in the warfare towards those tiny, the geckos, the Delta Force. It would be so weird. But at some point, because they are mosquitoes and they bring diseases, and I am in Thailand, at some point, okay, you had your chance, diplomacy is over. It needs to escalate a little bit, right? But have you thought about it? Are you one of us? Are you an angel of death? Are you one of those? Are you an angel of the forests? Are you someone who protects the sea? Are you someone who are willing to die to save the wolves, you know? Because we all have this one connection, you know, a connection to the angelic system, but we also have our own demon. Did you also know we are all assigned, each and every one, a jinn from birth? So we have a spirit guide, we have spirit animals, we have totem animals, we have someone maybe from another life that keeps following, but we have one spirit guide who would constantly make sure that we'll try to protect you, right? But if it's only one spirit guide, it's going to be hard if 10 evils or many evils are coming towards you. So, but you also are, according to someone, assigned one jinn. Pretty cool. Yeah. The cross is something I don't like even to touch it. We don't really read reversals. Interesting enough, it looks like the symbol of Lakshmi is here. Lakshmi, luxury. Goddess Lakshmi, luxury, abundance, to that cross. But on that crossroad, something is crossing you in regards to which path should I take now, all right, to finish this. But what I can tell you, that whatever path you choose, as long as your intentions are good, you'll win. Someone here are running away from a person, could be in their 20s, who can be a little bit rude maybe, or very direct, but not necessarily evil, but it's just that vibe, you know. But there is death here, and then someone has to come in between and tell someone that, you know, if it's an actual one. But I don't know. I can't go further into this individual. It's a Gemini. Gemini? Yeah, I have some things I need to tell my Gemini friend. So could be for her. So let's leave it to that. But guys, you're in a very special transformation now. And your mind goes like this. You're looping. You know? having crazy people in your life is not going to make things better. You need to get out of your head. Just focus. You can focus on one of these. You can put a candle on the side. Make it glow a little bit extra and focus on you know, and you need to take control over your blab that comes from your mind. The blab. This is how much I love you, Scorpio. You get special treatment reads. So remember, when you have reads like mine, remember to bring your popcorn, or like my daughter would call it, cop porn. Cop porn. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm still not over the fact that she's an adult now. So she's an adult this year. What happened, you know? What happened? Where is it? Like, what? Yeah, so someone would say, and I agree with them, this is how I experienced time, exactly what they said. And there's been a very interesting time shift, okay? And that means that what used to be considered to be, just go somewhere, 12 hours, like there was a 12 hours before daytime, is now only 6. So some of you might experience like, well, I just woke up and I'm supposed to go to bed again? Well, that's because things are spinning a lot faster than you're used to. And as soon as you get used to this fast moving spinning and all the light and all the wisdom, and if your body or mind can't handle it, you will be knocked off this timeline. I already see people falling off the ball because it's spinning too fast. Not established science, but is there. I don't know, maybe you could actually measure that it's spinning faster, but vibrational wise, oh, this guy is very jealous. That's wow. All of a sudden I got this, no, that's the guy, not that one, but that's the guy. I don't know why, I just felt that it was so strange, all those crazy things I would say about him. Maybe I'm being fooled because he looks very innocent and the other one looks very aggressive. There are 2 men here, one is in love. I'm talking to the girls now, or if you're gay man, got it, Neil gay man, okay. This guy, he is not over this betrayal, and he's not going to be happy if you leave. If you're a guy, you might be the one leaving because someone betrayed you. There is a transformation here. Who is that going to be? There could be a conflict here, some kind of a divorce, and that's because someone could have been cheating. So that means, okay, you're in love with that rat. Yeah, I prefer rats than you, because you're a snake. I don't know. I just heard something. I have voices in my head. Do you see that? They're spinning around in our brain. That's actually what the card means. The labyrinth is a symbol of our brain. It's got a specific weird name, which I wish I could remember, but I don't. the other person who could be in love with you could be someone who doesn't have their own finances that they could chew on your wallet. So it's very possible that you don't want any of them if you're a chick. So there could be that some of you need some kind of permission to leave, or maybe you need some support to leave, but man, this guy really is in love with you, but he can't afford to support you, Scorpio. He wants to be with you for the rest of your life. He's got the swan. I get it. I get it. I get it. That's the first time I'm going to say this. Some of you are not dealing with someone who are pure evil. There is someone here who are purely in love with you, Scorpio. Male, in regards to the women here. No girl have popped up yet. The thing is that he's not necessarily evil. He could be officious. And he's loyal to you. Officious is also known as Sagittarius. It has to be between the 29th of November and 17th of December. Check out officious. And so he's not a rat in that sense that he's dirty, but he's a rat in that sense that he have little. But you have his entire heart. And if his pockets fills up, he could even be the one that gives you the hypothetical ring, depending on where you are in the world. If you are in Africa, I don't think it's a ring. Yeah, it's different for all kinds of ceremonies anyway. Okay, so just for some of you, have a look at that, okay? Because these two swans like that, they're not joking. Yeah. For those of you who are dealing with officious and not pure evil, it's going to be happy. You're going to be happy. You are happy with this person. He could have strong fire placement in his sign. Either said, we did also read some previous signs. I think also we did read Leo, and here Leo energy pops up. It's a very warm energy, and here we have the ring again. It's very possible that he will offer you something that could take the connection between the two of you on to another level. There are no more sights now in any of these cards. There could be a big distance between the two of you, but you're still sending each other a currency, and you are going to have a new beginning, some of you. For some of you, there is a child to the mix. And for some of you, there's literally going to be a new beginning, and some of you are thinking like, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this, right? By the way, if my phone all of a sudden shuts off, that means the reading is finished. Let's hope the video is still on. I'm not going to edit and blah blah blah. I'm going to give Scorpio, if you are a hardcore Scorpio, you need to know that I've studied Scorpios since I was a little girl. 40 years. when I was told that, you did that because you Scorpio and that you like revenge. And I was like, huh? What is a Scorpio? What is Scorpio? I didn't know what it was. I just knew that I was Scorpion and that we like revenge. Like we always wanted the last hit. And the Gemini would tell me, because her mother would be super interested in astrology. So one of my best friends as kids would teach me about astrology, and then my mother and aunt, and they also knew a few things about astrology. Something's crossing you, but some of you are going to elevate. You're going to ascend, some of you, and some of you are going to get simply very known for what you do. A lot of people who are going to look back at all the shitty things they've done and said to you and feel shame, because what I see here is the star. Someone's going to come back to you, someone you love very much, a soulmate, family member, someone you care about. You'll miss them very much after night. They are the star in your life, and the answer here, where do I go? Follow your heart. What do you want to do? Do you have access to the child? If no, because he or she's being kept from you, go and do something that can inspire the child, something that you love to do, so the child can become proud of you and see that, okay, the people, the caretakers, they are maybe not as special as they themselves claim they are, or the people they lied to, because they are lying. And some of the people you know are drowning in debt. They can never get into the house market simply because they are drowning in their own lies, in their own deception, and in debt. So when I say follow your heart, there will be a letter here. There is some kind of letter here which is filled with deception, which means someone here is going to write a letter about you, which are the latest news about Scorpio. Some of you Scorpios out there are up against other Scorpio. It's a Scorpio war. The war of the Scorpions. But if you have elevated into a snake, you're more sophisticated, and you're like, you look at the Scorpion and you're like, oh my god, crawler war. My father Dick's dick is bigger than your father's dick, and spitting. You know who you are, spitting, really. And to my mother's face, no. Do you think my mother will think that me and my father are lying about that? We filmed it. Spitting, guys, is gross. It's unfortunately a very normal thing to do. Like if you are, let's say, in Kathmandu or India, there's and then everywhere. In Singapore, you'll get a fine if you do that. So, there might be another letter here, and it's full of lies. The letter is either an it could be an email. And some here are really focusing on how am I going to construct that email, There is a male here who wants to leave, maybe because he's in love, maybe there is a divorce here. All I know is that somehow some of you are so turned on by that person, really turned on, like, can he or she come any faster so I can rip off your clothes right now, please? Because I haven't got some in a while and I want you now. I want you now. And he's very healthy, this guy. And he's well equipped. I shouldn't say that, but he is well equipped. This guy is hot and he's got plenty of options, but he chose you just like the other guy chose you. But I'm, I think you chose the other guy. I'm not sure here. This could be also two different stories. Because obviously I'm channeling the energies for many, many people here. So for someone here, you have a guy coming towards you and he wants to screw you senseless. He's going to bonk you everywhere, on the kitchen table. He's going to hardcore bonk you. The other guy, one is he's coming out as, he's not a prince exactly. I sense a lot of arrogance, but he could be the one who afford you a gift. The other one could have rats as pets, and personally I don't mind that, because that's something I too have had. A lot of, probably hundreds. I think my room at some point, it was decorated by, demonic symbols from top to toe everywhere. It would be something occult, really lousy artwork. Let's just call it. Yeah. My memory is disappearing into another timeline. Anyway, my room was full of rats, pets, and I worship those animals. They're super cute and they're super nice. However, when it's a read like this, but this read is different. I feel it's different. It's like the snake is different, the rats are different, the way I see them. Like the snake is more like Ophiuchus, because of the dog and the sun and the swan, and therefore I could also assume that maybe the rats simply are like it wasn't long ago, just 10 plus years ago, I had rats. I was saving them from some junkies, real deal junkies, as in snowflake junkies. They wouldn't take care of them. That's what I do. If I see an animal and you don't take care of it, I will take it from you. And you can't stop me just like that. I will take it from you. Yeah? And it's very possible this guy is somehow, but that's a very specific message for some of you out there in the world. Whenever you see this, but one is well off, the other one isn't. One is super horny, the other one is in love. Like, has also love for you. I wouldn't be surprised at all if there are three love stories here. Either you've got 3 people on your neck, or there are 3 love stories here. But some of you need a divorce first. Some of you are or could be involved with an older guy. Some of you are involved with the hot guy at the gym, and some of you are involved with the more sophisticated type who doesn't have much because he's prioritizing reading, education perhaps, you know, or he comes from a country which isn't as well off as Switzerland. But he's a swan. I'm not supposed to see that. Oh, you'll get a message from this person soon. The one with the swan guy. Maybe his name is Edward Swan. Yeah, like Bella Swan. Yeah. Oh, that's so cheese. Oh, here we go again with a woman and the. Okay, what do you want me to say? What cards do you want me to pick? Okay, knowledge. The situation needs knowledge. Something about knowledge here. You are very much apart from someone here, Scorpio, and you're not up against just pure evil, my beautiful people. You're also up against someone who are just plain fake. Not a shock, because I'm using 2 Lenormand decks and 4 rows, which means that when 2 identical card pops up, do listen. What do we have 2 of here? We have 2 guys and we have 2 thighs, which basically is job. The rest are unique. Death is unique. The ring is unique. The boat is unique. So, twice now. Twice. Card reader. No, that's a card reader. And, you know, balls. What on earth is going on here? What on earth is going on here? I'm tempted to use the Numena Blanco one because I am tempted to use the Numena Blanco cards. I haven't used them in a while. Let me see here. But this is you guys. I value you. Let's just pimp up some keeper card first before we pull this to a whole other level of insanity. God, I love doing this still. Clearly. And I love you. Yes, I do. Okay. So you don't mind a little bit necromancy and you're not afraid of scary movies and stuff like that. So I'm not going to even listening to your answer. So what is this? What's the message here from the woman with the ball? It's not even a crystal ball. It's a golden ball. Ah! Okay. The message is clear. Time's up. You need to get out of the illusion. The Maya, the Matrix, time's up. Something is about to break. The earth is about to shake. Literally. Okay, did you just see my giant ass crack here? Did you? I hope you didn't, because that was not something I really meant on purpose. But yeah. You see this too? Look. Ah, now I have an extra piece. That's how positive people think. You should try it one day, you know? Oh no, I broke my crystal. Oh, it's still working, darling. But now you have an extra small piece. Okay? When something breaks, like glass or a rock, this is smoky crystal, an illusion is breaking. The illusion is breaking. But she was, reversed, which says that it's probably already broken. It's just time for you to make sure that you don't lose the trade. Okay. So let's find out what that is about in regards to. This is spaced out read. I wish we had space alien tarot cards. And look, if I find like the Water of Cups is from the Queen of Cups is from the Arcturian Council, and the King of Cups is from the Andromedan Council, I'm getting that. If not, let's make them in my image. God, I'm so hilarious. All right, so what are you telling us? Nine of Chalices. What are you telling us? Nine of Chalices. What are you telling us? Nine of Chalices. I get the name Maria here. Something about Maria. I get also a Spanish name. Been to Spain too much. Alvarez. Maria Alvarez. Gonzalez. Something about Montesino? I don't know. Some of you also get the name Monte Cristo. Some of you should either read the book or you have a specific relationship with that book. Okay, let's ask her. What is it that you must know? Your days of being poor is about to end as long as you can manage to change your mindset and worries about money. It's the last day of your life where you have to worry about your money, right? So I got a lot of messages today from my father where he would say that, your cards are overused, blah blah blah, and that can be a needle, because bankers, we are programmed to freak off, when banks are mad at us or when we need pay those extra bills. However, I managed to stay calm because I knew that the situation I was in Kathmandu, it was not a situation I could change. And the money that disappeared was also not a situation I could have changed. Thing was as they was. So I kept it calm and just said, well, let's focus now on putting those roots into the ground, because the depth, all in all, is not very high. It's pretty low, especially for being a Norwegian. So let's focus on that now. Before, I kind of gave a shit because I was too busy trying to, India was kind of, whatever I planned, it went straight down the drain. Now I'm not really planning. I'm just working on the formula, okay? But as soon as I quit focusing about my debt, as in worry, stay up at night, thinking about, oh my God, what if another bill comes, blah, 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 blah. You are making the situation worse, Scorpio. Everything's going to be just fine. So here I see you actually, because inside this fish, there is 9 of coins. Fishes means abundance. They symbolize abundance. Goldfish, koi, you name it, all fish. And inside the belly of the fish, 9 of coins. You start worrying, do what you love, follow the formula, which is I love to do this, so I'm going to do it until I break. I'm not going to focus on the money, I'm going to focus on creating a great product. You become your own boss, and all of a sudden, what do you know? You have your first customer and one less bill to worry about. Takes time, take patience, and try to avoid credit cards and bankers, of course. 6 of Wands, which is very, very interesting here, because there is a failed attempt here in... it's not a failed attempt. Yes, it is. It's a failed attempt in regards to a situation. Some of you might try to force your ego. Some of you are in this idea, is what I get, that you think that being all pure is the answer and killing the ego is the answer. No! Love who you are. The ego is your identity, the physical self. It's like a child. That's not what, you're not supposed to kill that. You're supposed to be the parenting part of that part of yourself that, Mama, you know, I want an extra cookie. And you feel the crave and you take that extra cookie and you feed that to your inner child, and then all of a sudden you get really, really large. You get a Kardashian bum, you know. This is a form of alchemy. Okay, so they put the snake in a jar. It's not a success. She tells to you basically here that this will not be successful to try and eliminate your ego or your identity or these things. But you will not be successful either by trying to elevate your ego, by trying to elevate your name, by, you know, you're allowed to be proud, but the moment proud transforms into arrogance, that's when it becomes a real, well, I won't call it a sin, but you are taking a few steps backwards in regards to your own evolution. What else she's saying is that someone here are not willing to cooperate. Again, what do you know? Maria, she's literally showing up in the tree here. And she's trying to warn her, don't take that apple. Because she's also Sophia. She's the divine feminine. She says, don't take that apple. Don't fall into temptation. And yet, she stretches her arms there. The blue represents the high priestess. 3 of Cups here, successful. You know, there is some kind of gathering or celebration here. The heavenly castle. 3 of Cups, fire, we have the moon and we have the sun, some form of celebration here, which could involve a very large cat that also is known as Leo. Success, successfully celebration, meeting someone here to do a specific ritual maybe. We also have Lady of Coins, which is Capricorn energy here. You are going to also have beautiful 3 of Wands here. So the old you are about to transform into something completely ridiculous. Crazy ridiculous. Yeah, whatever. New, very beautiful. I love it. You're going to take charge, Scorpio, many of you. Maybe you won't give a shit about your love life because you're too busy with the transformation of the self. What does this say? I have no clue. By the way, if you see a black hoodie with the manga Joker on, it's mine. And a headset and a pillow with roses on that says Amsterdam. It's mine. La puerta más lejana. Un audaz paso adelante. There is a way here. There is a portal here, which they are showing you a portal. You're being watched by someone who wants to help you. And they say elevate yourself from personal dramas and conflicts. This is the eagle. There's something about the spirit of the river here. Go on, take this adventure. There's something again with the connections that you have, Scorpio. But this one hits me the most, the eye of horrors, right? I see you, you know, you think you'll get away with anything just because you can't see the ones who see you. Well, the thing is, Great Spirit sees you. I seize you, right? So let's finalize this stuff and find out a little bit. So both of them talking lots together, the card reader. Let's find out what is up with the fox here. That's a problem for you. Someone who are untrue, who are not who they say they are. Let's find out what's going on here. Let's use the Necromancer card. What do you say about using, no, I would, can we use the vampire cards? I don't know, that's maybe too, we have a special day for that. Maybe Saturday, is that okay? Which is kind of today, but tomorrow, before the free spread, we have necromancy, dark reads, gothic reads. Yeah, that would feel good. We could summon jinns and read the Necronomicon and do naughty things and just be naughty Scorpios. Okay, let's yeah, last time I was here, the Siren Necronomicon, playing it out loud, and before you know it, I had guests and that card is still gone. And oh, they would make so much. It was a djinn, I think. It looks like, what did it look like? He was in my bed making me crazy. I saw him. He looked like some kind of Draco reptilian being. With horns all over him, not just like the entire head would be horns. I think I've seen that somewhere. Who does he remind me of? He would make me not sleep well, and all of a sudden the door would just open like and I would call him Bob, I think. Did he follow me all the way to the Bangkok airport? I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of things got messed up. Anyway, if something is dangerous, Scorpios, can we help ourselves? But you know, especially those of you who have Scorpio both in tropical and sidereal chart. Let's find out and then in the end to cancel it off with a I'm pretty lacking a lot of words these days. It's called early Alzheimer. So soon I'm going to forget everything. All right, so let's have a see. So we have a well here, okay? So you're ascendant, this energy, and you need to you're on the crossroads, and it's crossing you. You're worried that whatever happens now, and all of a sudden there is this soulmate. I feel that it's some kind of a spirit guide from the stars. I feel very strongly that some of you are a starseed here, because it's kind of obvious in the cards as pictures, and this is not Aquarius. Could be the star sign of Aquarius in this, but this is about the northern star, your highest passion. And it says here, don't worry, you don't if you go to the left, to the right, doesn't matter as long as you follow. Don't worry, as long as you follow your highest passion. On top of that cross is the very symbol of Lakshmi. Yeah, and Starseed. What is the message here? You are in a training program. You should start with the blue dress or blue robe if you prefer that kind of program. You see my blue dress behind there? I've shown you a billion times, I am sure of it. Also released a video now where I carry the blue dress. It's a high priestess training where we learn, and there will be more meditation from my side, where we keep quiet, where we accumulate energy. And here the worry is also great, that although there's someone you love here, they will come back. This someone you love, it could be a mother. It could also be someone they criticize you a lot. It's a dominating character that's coming in for you. And why didn't you do as I told you? Because if you did as I told you, this and this wouldn't happen. They're starting to clean around in your space, and you just go along with the crap, but it's kind of annoying also with the blah blah blah. They're stressing you out a little bit, because they themselves they can be mothers, who it's a possible mother figure, but anyway, it's a feminine energy, and they won't shut up. They talk about all things, of everything useless information they can bring up. They will talk about it, things that will, it's not about the evolution of the soul. It's not about how we can evolve into becoming better being. It's about how to keep the windows clean, and some slander about the family. Someone's got a black dog or a wolf-like creature. It's sitting, it looks very obedient. could be a spirit animal. Maybe you know someone here who are at Santorini right now. You and we should pay close attention to that. Wow. Aurora Borealis now is going to shine a little extra for some of you, either in Greenland, Norway, north of Norway. There are some beautiful colors in the sky somewhere. Oh, there really is another world. But you're looking in the wrong direction. I can't tell you exactly why, but I can tell you that there is a reason that many of the trees depicted they depict the roots almost as they mirror the very tree itself. And the one with wisdom will understand why sometimes the tree have its roots in the air. There is a very large bird here, anzu, you know. God, I didn't know smoky crystal could be that beautiful. Thank you, darling. I had no clue. Let's see if the labradorite can beat that. Okay, so death, Anubis, transformation, a new beginning, and then what now? Very often when we have an awakening, it's like, what now? And then there is a letter coming in. It's a test from Great Spirit. Will you take the bait? Is deception, lies, stuff about you, either for you? Please don't be the one that construct that letter, which is full, you know, it's a deceive. For some of you, it's a bill. And many of the people who sends out bill, they buy up debt, right? Don't know the English word for that. But bank asses. They are not using proper grammar when they are claiming the money, and sometimes they don't even have the right to claim the money. So learn a little bit about the things you can do in order to save yourself. Borrow as little money as you can. I have 7,000-8,000 euro need to finish off. Like I said, it's not much, and easy on the traveling. You need to understand and learn how the banking system is actually working, some of you. I also need to understand more. You can actually sue many of them for fraudulent use of grammar, and if the letter is written with your name in capital letters, they are actually referring to a dead person lost at sea. And you can twist their words, because the English speaking language, just like Norwegian, is just a fucking bunch of poetry. And I tell my AI, make a small toad. What's a small toad? The small toad was equally as big as the house it was sitting beside. That was small to him. You are in court and you're telling that There was a big man. He was very loud. He was very aggressive. We became very afraid. How big was he? Well, he was at least 170 centimeter tall. How loud was he? Well, he raised his voice at me. How aggressive was he? Well, he said, fuck. When I asked my AI, I need the color code. You can't just say, oh, I like that yellow color. You'll get all sorts of freaky yellow colors in the eyes when you do something. I said to him, give me the color code. He gave me the color code. So if you want to, and that's the same thing in court. You can't just say it was a yellow car. What kind of yellow? Right? Was it primary yellow? Or was it mixed with some red? Was it a big car? How big was it? Well, the biggest one I've seen. Yeah. What car was it? And the same shit goes for those fraudulent letters that you write, that people write to you. That goes for doctors as well. The patient is showing a high level of aggression and therefore must be contained. High level? How high? I've had bosses screaming at me. Should we contain them? Probably we should, or should we? You know, the person sitting in front of you tend to show pretty clear symptoms of being very stoned or high. Based on what? Because I've been working the entire day, woke up early, I've been rubbing with rakshas, had a long walk, and now it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm fucking tired, I want to go to sleep, but you are assuming that you're conclusive and say, no, Raven is stoned and high. Conclusive. Yeah, but I knew her for many years. Yeah, about the past. What does that have to do with now? Right? So we have a crow here. We actually, yeah. It's a Leo energy here. Okay. He likes to boast about how wonderful he is. So it's not necessarily a Leo, but it's someone who likes to boast about how wonderful they are. And they are sending around, they have this deceit where they could even walk around and deliver deceitful information about you to people, okay? While you are up in your head trying, you woke up, you already are ascending, right? Although there are many mountains still you need to climb, but you are really doing well in what you do right now. You're all up in your head about it. 4 var sagt sky. 7 and 7 twice. Big transformation. Chiva. They can't handle how well you actually do, Scorpio, and they will try to fuck that up. Like I said, the person is not necessarily a Leo, but they brag, they want attention, and they might send around a letter full of shit to people it will degrade your name, your reputation. It will put people's, you know, they will put tiny little subtle words in your head or people's head that will make them first doubt you, and then, well, you know, and they will wait patiently where they will find a situation and they will say, look at her, right? But in the end of the day, if you don't lie, if you don't steal, if you have the code, if you know, if you are, I was tempted to say ninja, but if you follow the code of the Great Spirit, you're protected. People can say whatever they like, and you don't need to care about what people talk about, because they are not the one who is going to help you out with what you love to do the most, which could be literally anything. Let's check out this guy here. Someone here might want to give you a ring. They are leaving because of a betrayal. They look angry, and at the same time I get intense sexual energy. They are at good health, they have many options, but they seem to come towards you, Scorpio. Wow. Looks like some of us have managed to live our life too interesting. We have, as Scorpio Nation, we have managed to piss off a lot of people simply by living a good life. Maybe brag a little bit about it. But I was long when I said, you know, I'm gonna live like a princess while I'm in Kathmandu. Truth to be told, I did freeze my ass off, even as a Norwegian, because they don't have proper wool, and the apartment didn't have any stove or anything. But still, I don't regret a single thing. I had a great time, and where I am now, very great time. So I just booked this place for another 5 days. So that can be irritating for some people. Like, look at her. You hear the bird outside? That's luxury for me. To see a gecko crawl up my wall. Baby gecko, big gecko. Last year it was a large gecko standing on my shoulder. I thought I was asleep. Well, I was until it was there. And that frog, that I saw this toy frog. I was like, oh, that was a very realistic frog. How pretty. Well, yeah, they symbolize abundance, so they placed it there. Yeah. Oh, that felt very real. Oh. Those tiny small experiences, and the cat they have here. And I'm living in a fluffing cake factory, and I got this large pile of rudraksha that look at how well peeled it is. Peeled. I'm like, oh, and I go like, I found 2 tiny ones. And it's like, I have great workspace, I have great food. Of course, it's going to irritate a lot of people. And you're going to irritate a lot of people because you know, if you complain about life, you're going to make a lot of people happy, and at the same time it will be used against you. Well, absolutely everything you say will be used against you anyway, so just stay away from as many people as you can. Someone here could be in a relationship with an older guy, or there could be an older guy that will help you out here in regard to your case. This one totally off. Oh, all right. These two did not want to come out straight faced, so let's see what the heck is going on here. Oh, the sun. Wow. Okay. Yep. Either this old guy, someone are in love with you. It could be the older guy. You could be in love with someone, and there is luck attached to that. I also get someone, for some of you it's a younger guy. Piscean energy is what I get, some water sign. And for someone else, it could be maybe again, water sign. Someone that looks like they're coming back to you, possibly, and they carry this burden which is attached to authorities, bankers, maybe. But at the same time, they are someone who always got your back. It's a daddy person, maybe. Maybe they, I don't know, maybe they don't approve of your new love if you are from the east side of the world. I don't know. But the sun ain't shining very much here. And this crow skull, how fascinating it is. You make crow skulls, and then all of a sudden everyone wants to have a crow skull. What next should I do? Ace of Wands reversed. Someone here, there is someone here completely depressed, and they want to fuck, seriously, up everything you have. And they are trying, they're going to try by saying stuff like, yeah, you know, we'll pull you down. At least this is a real stone. For those who didn't get my blue balls video, someone trying to sell me a glass piece. This one is the real deal. And wow, it's got like this opal-like pattern. Let's see, what is that? What is that? Let's see, what is it? Yeah, there is a lake here. There is a lake. There are playful energies attached to that lake, but there is also grief. The spirit in the water. We also got a spirit in the water card here. Someone drowned. And they are watching you. So Someone's watching you. Why are they watching you? Who is watching you? The owl. And there is it's like a cow? I don't know. Tree of life here. It's like standing on this disc as you see in the depiction of the world, which is usually surrounded by Ouroboros, the snake, the Midgard's worm. Tree of life in the middle. There's something below the water. To some of you, there is a volcano. Obviously, we know. I mean, Iceland is full of them. Where are we now? Oh, this is the first crystal I actually own that works. Wow, there is even a Stargate. Oh my god! Oh my god, there are so many beings coming in now. They are from another world. They are coming through this plasma-like portal or something. They come from the stars. As we would call them, from the stars, star beings. There is a message here for some of you. It's like these cards are just made to create a lot of negativity. It's like, I'm going to take a look at them because they are like so negative. So the message for some of you is from a younger woman. She likes blue. Let me see what else is there in regards to her. Yeah, it's the guy who is in love. It's some of your soulmates here. And why he's got rats. He could also be the victim of other people who are, you know, he's too kind and people are eating him out, you know, he keeps giving people money, they don't pay him back, you know. There is a message, I think it's from this guy to one of the girls. He wants to impress you somehow. He's trying to impress you. There's a strong Leo vibe here, but it says good gentleman. There is also a court case here. And the Leo is there with him. And there is a journey. Maybe he's the one who needs the reverse. He, or some of you have a very strong connection to your father or your boss. You guys are gonna nest together. Aries energy also popping up here. We also have a little bit Scorpio. Some of you could, there is something about a black child here, like as an African child. Maybe some of you are black, but yeah, this specific Norman deck only have Caucasian. Then I have another deck here that have both, like melanin and white. So I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Maybe they should make one guy from each a lot of men, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's men, okay? Men in love with Scorpio chick. Scorpio chick seems to love you back. And again, for some of you Scorpios, new life is coming. You get the golden key here. You get the golden key, man. It's guarded by the dragon, but you are its mother, 33. But just be careful, because the fox is onto you. The fox is onto you. What does the fox want? Yeah, you have, some of you have unexpected money. There is someone in love with you. They want to impress you. And there is a man here who do have a lot of money, who could be your father or something like that. But, and good news coming in from that guy who is interested in you. It could be a woman, but oh, here we have a black woman. It could be that another woman is trying to interfere in the connection. She's showing up in the back of the deck. She could be talking about yellow dresses. She could be she's, you know, fixated on yellow. I don't know, but there is a woman here. She could be black, but not necessarily, you know. But she's showing up. She's very attractive. She's very seductive. But she's coming after some of you, and she wants your coin. She's a fox. Maybe she is a fox spirit, you know, that Asian spirit story world, nine-tailed fox. I check it out a little bit sometimes on YouTube. They got some cool superpower videos there. So if you are a fox spirit, then it's a little bit cool. But a fox, some of you, you know, this couple, the union between two of you seem to be abundant, basically. And someone here are going to try and stop you from, they could start dating maybe your father, you know, or messing up the family situation here. She might also be out of work. There is something here, lack of work, but yeah, that gives me that brain fart there. We are kind of a little bit late, you know. We might, since this 3-hour read, my gift to you. Card reader says 10 of Swords. The snake, which appear loyal to you and even in love with you, is going to betray you. Okay? And the fox, we already know the fox. Get them the hell away from you. If you're just a little bit suspicious, if they're coming out as a little bit way too smart. Many people, because I have this trickster vibe, I like black, I like heavy metal and all that, because partially it's my programming here to test you if you can see past the cover of a book. I was here to test your hearts. That time is over. Okay? You all had your turn, for those of you who met me. Now, next level for me is to elevate myself above those who failed the test in regards to how big your heart is. Okay? I can easily be mistaken for both be the snake and the fox. However, I've told you this about psychopaths before, and these people is the priest in your church, is the sweetest of sweetest girls in your class, the new cute teacher that all the boys fall in love with, the nice new principal on school. It's Santa Claus. The people we fall in love with and elevate them as saints. No, you don't dare talk shit about him. He's a saint. Well, I saw something because I was sneaking outside the window the other day. I was going to knock on the window because I was wondering why I'm not answering, and this was very important. And then I was looking inside the window. And I'm not going to tell you what I saw, because what I saw was worthy of a Hannibal Lecter movie, you know? So many people like Jimmy Savile, he got away with it. He assaulted hundreds, thousands of little people and made sure that they, deleted them from the surface of the earth, and he got away with it. As in, no jail. He was the best friend with the royal people. Everyone loved him. He was the nice Santa Claus guy, funny guy, always with a cigar in his mouth. Part of me here is to make sure you know these things. Not walk around and point finger at someone who has a book cover you don't like. And make assumptions about me based on a couple of incidences where I have done something that appeared unethical. Maybe it was unethical, but you only see the surface of the story. And you can prove that I said this and this and this and this and this and this and this, but you don't see. You know, you just read on the backside of the book, and you are reading some few pages in the book, but you don't really read the entire book, did you? Before you had to broadcast to everyone what Raven did, but not what was done to her that pushed her into doing that. Right? One-sided. And I'm here to remind you. And you know it. Don't judge a book by its cover. This fox is here to fuck you up, Scorpio. I hope this isn't you, because it's distasteful. 5 of Swords, I couldn't make it up, even if I wanted to. The cards, they are telling at least 3-4 different stories here. either all of them could be united as one, but we have two sides here. We have two men. Actually, we have four if you're going to count with the bear, who is from 50 and up and is well off. On the back side of the deck, what you do not see coming in here is that someone here is going to lose options, and that's not you, Scorpio, because we are in a time now where this falsehood is no longer that easy. A secret is coming out here about a celebration, maybe a secret marriage. 4-4 twice, and that wedding or that gathering is not going to go well because someone here in the mix are too obsessed with themselves. They want to be the star, and that's why they are coming towards you, because some of you are already on top of the pedestal here. 311, 31111, my birthday. Just had to say it out loud. So I think we will end the read right here, Scorpio, with a couple of oracle decks, and I don't even know what time it is. It's probably very late and stuff like that. But yeah, you are the star here, Scorpio. And I'm not going to say that goes for all of you, but if you're still here, don't mind, click the thumbs up button and just let us have a small look-see on what kind of star sign you could be dealing with, okay? Because here we have pretty direct stuff. So the first guy here, who is very, he's heartbroken. 3 of swords. He's heartbroken. He could be the one who feels betrayed, and so he's leaving. There's this ring. Maybe he's leaving the ring behind, or yeah, you would know that story more than me. Let's see, what sign are we dealing with here? Let's pull up 3. We have Sagittarius. We have Scorpio, or someone with very influential Scorpio. You could have Pluto on your ascendant, and we have also Neptune here, which belongs to Pisces. You could also have Pluto and Neptune conjunct your sun. So it's very watery, strong watery and fire energy. Like I said, also Aries is coming out strong. The other guy here, he's completely in love with you. He could be ruled by Venus somehow, like have a strong Venus position. You know, Venus in Libra, Venus in Taurus, or just have a high Venus placement, like as a ruling planet. We also have Aquarius, and we have Aries here again. And he's a thinker, but don't judge him by his feathers, because he's pretty clever, and he can fight. He can fight. He's not just a nerd. He could be tiny, he could be small, but there's a warrior inside of that Padawan too. Was there someone else? Yeah, show me the snake. Oh, what do you know we have? Wow, hitchhikers enough here. The snake have turned evil due to rage. This is someone who are, you know, doing horrible things because of rage, and they were called out about something. So we have Mars. Yep, they are angry. They are angry, and they might attack you. We have Neptune, which is fitting because Pisces and snakes go well together. Snakes we have Cancer here. Which again also reminds me there could be Scorpio themselves, as with Mars here. Very strong Piscean energy. And what do you know? Talking about Scorpio, like myself, I have Uranus in my Scorpio sign. And again, Aries is coming out very strong. Those are the strongest ones there. I just want to check if the dog is the same. Like there could be some competition here. If you choose the snake, you obviously will choose wrong. It's gonna betray you. There is possible also that Leo is very into you. So you have Venus. That's the dog. It loves you. And the Leo loves you. So the dog person, they could be born in the year of the dog, could be a Taurus, a little bit stubborn. It's very possible that this could be two different Gemini, which could be that for some of you, you are dealing with someone who changing their personality. They could have a side which is so outrageous, psycho, but they don't know. They will disagree with you completely. If you explain to them, did you remember what you said to me? They will, and that's a typical narcissistic psychopath thing, is that they will deny what they said and did. And they will turn the table and become the victim, and they will put a flame on your ass, and they keep secrets. Scorpio energy again, Piscean and Uranus again. So Uranus is in general a very volatile, unstable planet. Okay, it's androgynous. You could be dealing with someone who are into both genders, especially here in Thailand. You see this gorgeous looking girl that intimidates you, and they will speak to you and they will say, "Kup kum ka." Oh, you have a deep, sexy voice, woman. Yeah, so cool. That's cool. Kind of got used to that. All right, Scorpio, I think 3 hours and 18 minutes should be enough for you. Now you have materials until next year. And yeah, I don't think it would be too long until we are going to do another Scorpio read, but you need to know that I'm highly fixated on supernatural stuff. Everything from UFOs to conspiracy theories that turns out to not be conspiracy theories, the ancient gods that are about to come back. Starseed stuff, people who actually have visited other planets. So I can't help myself but just talk and do stuff like that, remote viewing, and my own personal experiences as well, which can confirm that yes, that stuff is real. And that's what I like with living in the future that I looked forward to as a little girl. I still would expect more floaty, things that's floating when you want to go somewhere, like, because where I come from, way cooler. So yes, we get this vibe here. You know that the bear guy is going to take very great care of you, by the way. That's his intentions. The guy who is older, well off, and so forth and so forth. Some of you need to take care of your respiration system and start to learn. You can do breath work. Apparently there is a transformation here, okay? And focus, like I said, focus on your respiration while you are watching. Maybe a candle, light a crystal like that, and focus your vibrations. If you have trouble focusing, say mantra, okay? Om Namah Shivaya, 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 or Om. And you could even also pimp your evening up if you're a little bit bored by doing a ritual. I have no clue what a ritual is, but looks very scary and satanic. Anyway, love you so much, guys. And like I said, if you're still here, thumbs up, please. That would be really, really sweet of you. If not, I love you anyway, because I know who you really are. And don't be a stranger. Catch you on the flip side.